Some 29 months before the Easter Sunday attacks, I told this house that something of this nature was in the making, and I was reprimanded for that and even called a terrorist. Some even labelled me as a minister who wants to see blood spilled and as one who wants to incite tensions in this country. The courts have also ruled that the respective personnel failed to take action to prevent the attacks from taking place. When the president was elected, he said he was in favour of calling for an international investigation to explore the truth surrounding the Easter Sunday terror attacks. However, the necessary factions did not respond to it. This is not an issue of the government or the opposition, but an issue of the entire country. Therefore, justice cannot be served for the victims when the parliament is divided and quarrelling over this. Yes, we have to accept that. However, we all were divided when it came to the Easter Sunday terror attacks during the 2019 presidential election and the 2020 general election. During these elections, the SLPP, that is also represented by the Speaker and many in government, sought the mandate from the people to determine the truth regarding the Easter Sunday terror attacks that took place during the reign of the government of good governance. The mandate was given and it's been years. Did the Gotabaya Rajapaksa government that won the trust to secure the mandate take any action? Why is His Eminence the Cardinal disclosing facts on this matter? Do we need international advice to act on one of the most brutal terrorist attacks that took place inside our country? The division here is between the group that wants to know the truth and the group that wants to cover up the truth. We call for an international investigation when local investigations are not taking place in a proper manner. What is the point in saying not to be divided on this matter when you use the Easter Sunday attacks to elect a president, government and ministers? Shani Abesekara, who properly investigated the Easter Sunday attacks, was imprisoned. Therefore, instead of putting a leash on him, hand over the investigation to him. The president also placed his faith in this officer. So I request that he hand over the inquiry to that officer. Why can't you do that? All the detectives who were investigating the Easter Sunday attacks were transferred after Gotabaya Rajapaksa was elected as president. At the Presidential Commission of Inquiry, something that had never happened elsewhere in the world was revealed. That is, an intelligence officer visiting the police station and demanding the release of the bomber known as Jamil, citing that he was one of them. This is mentioned in the report of the Presidential Commission of Inquiry. Some of the facts in the report of the Presidential Commission of Inquiry were verified in the recently released video. I testified at the Presidential Commission of Inquiry for 2 days. I contributed as a citizen to uncover the truth behind these attacks. Some are attempting to spread a view to ruin the faith placed on the judiciary. That is a very serious situation. We need to uncover who is behind this. It was mentioned that the president was not even summoned to the National Security Council meetings. The current opposition leader was a government minister during that time. He was the person who worked closely with the then president. After the attacks, a parliamentary committee was appointed. I stand to be corrected, but the FBI also conducted an investigation. So if another international investigation that goes beyond the scope of the FBI is required, then who should it be done through? That is something that we need to discuss. This is also a time that we need to think on what these groups want by ruining the executive, legislature, judiciary and the armed forces. We need a 3-day debate on the Easter Sunday terror attacks. Channel 4 mentioned about the Tripoli platoon. This group was responsible for the killing of Lasantha Wickrematunge, and the present president also mentioned the Tripoli platoon in 2020. Azad Maulana was part of the Tripoli platoon. Therefore, it is a serious fact to note that the Tripoli platoon was in fact led by a person who is currently representing Parliament. It was MP Pillayan who gave leadership to the Tripoli platoon. It is mentioned that this movement is still functioning. A serious allegation is made against the Chief of Intelligence Saleh. A protest took place opposite the UK High Commission in Colombo. This protest was also organized by the intelligence personnel. Saleh needs to be suspended from service and an investigation needs to take place. That does not appear to be happening. It is a serious issue when a person leading an armed faction is in fact representing this house. This needs to be investigated immediately.
ඒ වගේ මේ වගේ සන්නද්ධාංශයක් ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙනවාද කියන කාරණේ හොයලා බලන්නත් කටයුතු කරන්න කියලා මම අවධානයෙන් ඔබතුමාගෙන් ඉල්ලා සිටිනවා.